Seemed only right to start this revamp off with an old friend, Mr. Tom Stockton, and fellow podcast host.
Yeah.
We did the lesser known RET podcast together, didn't we, Tom?
We did, mate. We did. It was good.
So yeah, this seems like the most comfortable OG podcast where we obviously know each other pretty well and we can just talk absolute shit about any. Like, we haven't even discussed for 1 second what we're going to discuss in this podcast.
Mate, I have zero filter. It doesn't matter.
So if you're listening right now, it's probably going to be absolutely shit, but
there's zero context.
It
to
might
this,
be
mate.
somewhat entertaining.
I feel like these are the ones that do the best anyway, mate. You just talk, just two lads in a room. That's definitely not looking like an absolute bomb site with this podcast.
On the cameras, this is looking banging, but what the cameras can't see, if you're not watching this on the YouTube channel, search Storytime with Mel on YouTube, it looks banging in your office. But what you can't see is there's literally shit everywhere, like cables everywhere.
Like not only have we got like every bit of camera gear, lighting in here, like my office in itself just isn't complete yet. So like there's just cables hanging down and all kinds of stuff.
But it's fine, mate. That's how we do things.
It's got character, mate.
Right, we're going to start this podcast off with a review. Okay, we've just been to the co-op down the road. We purchased the zero sugar what the Fanta. It's like this Fanta drink in a purple flavor, and Tom was like, oh, what is this mystery flavor? I bet it's gonna be fantastic.
Fully just fell into the marketing ploy, mate.
Open it up. Let's give it a little swig, mate. I thought I was drinking that Fortnite juice. And it's absolutely fucking disgusting.
It's so bad, mate.
It's like, I can drink a lot of stuff, man. Like, I've drunk a lot of stuff.
What do you think it is then? What the Fanta? What is it, mate?
I don't know. It tastes like candy floss, almost.
Have you ever had candy floss grapes? Do you know what I mean?
It tastes like candy floss grapes with some chemicals added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My theory is it was a dodgy batch and then they've just like packaged it up and sold it as this.
It's not good.
And I've like fully fallen into it and paid £1.80 for one bottle of this, but there we go.
Right, now we've got the tasting out of the way, we can actually start talking shit on this podcast. Now 90% of the viewers have gone because we're just talking about Fanta grapes.
Yeah.
Great, yeah, mate.
Great start to the new podcast, mate.
How's it been, man? This could be one of the first few episodes, like I said, and it only seems right that we do this.
It's not bad, mate. It's not bad. Life's pretty good. A lot has changed since I think we were last doing like an RET podcast and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot has changed. You've moved halfway across the country.
I'm dying.
You're dying as well. You're like, 2 weeks out from surgery?
From death, yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm actually fine about it. I don't give a fuck, yeah. Well, it's weird. I think, I don't want to try and like put on a brave front, but I don't know if I'm in denial or I just am like stupid, but I'm pretty chill. Like, I don't really care.
It is what it is.
I'm actually excited for getting anesthetized because it's like when you get put to sleep, it's like it's I don't know. It just feels so good.
I've never been put under general anesthetic.
Oh man, it's pretty trippy. Maybe I'm associating the general anesthetic with all like the fentanyl and the morphine they give you, and I'm like low-key addicted to opiates. But mate, it's like, I don't know. It's just so fun because every time I've had like probably like 7 operations now, and obviously I used to be shit scared of hospitals and needles. Like I used to be the kid that had like run out of the like doctor's surgery and I used to have to get like vaccinations and hide under like the table and like hold onto the table legs, and then they'd have to like pull me out and shit. Like I used to be so scared. But
just like screeching like one's got it by each leg.
I think once I hid under the chair and they had to like 3 nurses had to pull me out apparently and hold me down to eject me or something.
Was this last year? Yeah.
Yeah, this is 2022.
Some like 200-pound like jacked guy, and they're trying to pry you off the fucking some other patient's bed.
But nah, it's like every time, like recently, because I've had quite a few kind of get used to being anesthetized, I'm just like, I'm gonna be built different and stay awake. And then you're there and you're like, and I can't really remember much of it because I think they give you ketamine as well, or maybe like they give you something as well as the anesthetic to kind of haze your memory. But I just remember trying to be like, stay awake as long as possible, but like it's not gonna work on me. I'm gonna stay awake. And I'm like, yeah, it's not working.
It's impossible, isn't it?
And then you blink and you wake up and you're in like a recovery room off your face and drugs. It's fantastic.
Does it go by in a flash?
It's so weird, mate.
It's not like going. I mean, like when you go to sleep at night, you don't have much recollection.
It's kind of like
sleep.
Yeah, you have no concept of time. it is literally like it is like going to sleep. Like as in you're 1 minute you're laying there. But yeah, I don't really it because of the painkillers I give you afterwards. It like fucks your memory a bit. Because
I can't. The one thing I can't imagine is like, obviously, you know, like when you've like fallen asleep, like you're driving, for instance, and like you're just nodding. Like I can't imagine just like being awake and then having no choice but like, oh, I'm going to sleep and that's it. Like, you know. Obviously, like maybe one day I'll be put under it, but
hopefully, mate, you can only dream to it. You'd love it. You'd love it. But maybe you have a career-ending like bicep injury or something, you know, like tear your pec.
I got so even good. That's something that would happen to me, mate. Please don't say that.
Nah, it's all good. Touch wood. But what was I? No, because this is what I do remember. I think they gave me fentanyl first.
Nice.
So before they give you the general anesthetic, they give you something to relax you, aka hardcore class A drugs.
Yeah.
So like I remember they gave me the fentanyl. And I was lying there, and I knew it was fentanyl. I said to the anaesthetist, "This is on the." I can't remember if it's because I had like,
what, just from the feeling.
Yeah, I knew it. I was like, "That's fentanyl, isn't it?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like,
"Oh yeah."
No, literally, mate. I felt fucking incredible. Like lying there, I just felt like invincible.
What, is it methamphetamine?
It's same. It's like morphine, but like 100 or 1,000 times stronger.
God, that stuff is so deadly.
Yeah, mate. It's a lot of people are dying of it, aren't they? In America, especially.
Mental. But so in 2 weeks' time then, mate, this is like the thing though, is like for you, for all the years that I've known you, there's been like kind of like no light at the end of the tunnel in a sense, for like, oh, I've got this thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Like it just gets worse and that's it.
Yeah.
But it could fucking sort you out.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of keep expectations low because there's like, although I'm getting this surgery, there's still no cure for what I have. So like if the surgery could cure what I'd have, they would say it could cure it.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure about the outcome, but it obviously make things better, but I don't know to what extent.
Well, mate, at the end of the day, like if you're going to get fucked up anyway, you're going to get fucked up. So you may as well like do something.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%.
Don't think do and all that.
Yeah, mate.
So
don't think do.
Fair play, mate, but I'm excited for you to actually get it done.
Yeah.
And recovery-wise, how long do you reckon?
It depends. So I love the way we've just gone on some random tangent about the surgery. But yeah, so the surgery that they plan to do is basically the scans show that there's like a problem up by my kidneys, my lymphatic system, because it all kind of is intertwined with your kidneys. So like there's like a blockage that looks like it starts up there. So the idea is, this is all like speculation, so it might not actually be the problem, is if they release the pressure up by my kidneys, then everything downstream should be improved as well. So what she wants to do, the surgeon, is basically create like a bypass from the lymphatics, so the lymphatic fluid drains directly into the blood.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So that'll basically relieve.
It's like a plumber coming around, right? And looking under your kitchen sink and be like, yeah, we'll just join that pipe to that pipe and see what happens.
That's literally it. That is literally what she's doing. So that's like the first thing that she'll do, or one of the things, and she'll make loads of connections. Like these are like as thin as like a human hair.
That's insane.
It's fucking mad, isn't it? And then the other thing, which she said she's not sure if she'll do or not yet, is like a lymph node transplant. So they take lymph nodes from a healthy part of your body where they're not all needed, and then put them into the damaged part, and then it will like grow like a little seed.
And this is like the only place in the world they can do it.
There's a few places in the world that do it. There's one somewhere in Oxford does it. But yeah, if I get that one, the two, that'll be a longer recovery because I'll have like 2 big incisions. If I get just the first one, that'll be much shorter. So
yeah, so like with the incision, I'm guessing it's not keyhole then.
I think the first one would be keyhole.
How do they do that?
It's
like
insane, isn't
through
it?
A little hole, then it's like microsurgery.
And by keyhole, it'd probably be like a few. I guess it'll be like a few inches.
You wake up, right, and you've got like a cut from your knee all the way up to like your neck.
Mate, obviously, as long as it healed, I wouldn't be that fucking bothered by it. Do you know what I mean? It's like
pretty sick, gnarly scar.
Yeah. They get the adamantium injected into me as well.
Yeah, it's just an additional like 5,000 euros.
What people don't actually know is that 15k that you started the GoFundMe for, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's actually all going on a hair transplant, like the sickest hair transplant. Don't even need surgery.
Like a quiff better than Brandon Harding's.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. And Tom Tom's donating the hair as well.
Yeah, I got plenty of follicles to go around, mate, so you can just pluck them straight off my scalp. It's fine.
Banging.
Nah, sweet.
But yeah, bro, thank you very much for sorting that. And
that's all right. Well, no, thank you to all the boys and girls watching this that actually, like, you know,
donated. Oh, bro, it's crazy, man.
Mental. Yeah, I know you didn't want to, mate, but like in my eyes, it's like you don't get anything from doing YouTube videos, like at all. You get like a, you know, obviously your audience that, you know, obviously are investing into you, but like in terms of like actual return from YouTube is zero. So like the least you could get is help with this.
I was pretty open to it because when I thought about it, because if people, I didn't want anyone to feel obliged to give to me, but if people have found value from like what I've done, what we've done in the past together, do you know what I mean? And it's helped them and they were happy to donate something, then obviously that's absolutely sick. And also, it's just made my life so much easier, man. Like, if I need another surgery, then obviously I'll be able to afford that. I don't have to like sell all of my fucking possessions and live like a hermit in order to afford one surgery.
I did see you outside Farm Foods doing like busking, you know, on your little like ukulele.
yeah. I'm not a very good singer either, so pretty glad I don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, mate, I'm excited. I'm amped.
Good man.
Hopefully my girlfriend can come with me. I want to try and see how long I can stay awake and get it on video for the anesthetic.
How long are you actually going to be over there?
About a week. So, but we've had a bit of a problem. I said to you, didn't I, with my girlfriend's Queen's visa. So her visa expires on the day of my surgery. So I'll only be in hospital for like 1 to 2 days. I spoke to someone that's had the procedure before, and she's like, they kind of send you out of hospital and they're pretty crap at communicating with you though. So it's like you need someone to look after you.
Right.
So I'm going to be like in an Airbnb or a hotel probably about a week or like 5 days a week before I can actually go back. So yeah, man.
I'll come with, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll like falling asleep, but I'll just keep slapping
I'd probably rather you there than my mum.
Really?
Yeah.
When is it?
Nah, I can't wait to come. My mum wants to come to Paris, so.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, she actually wants to come, so
that's
I can't do that.
That's fine, mate. She could
June the 1st, mate. June the 1st. Yeah, man.
Sweet. What do you want to know about me anyway, mate? Come on.
Don't know. I just thought you were a good like podcast host. You just ask those questions about me and grow my already massive ego.
No, mate. This is about me now.
Yeah, mate. A lot has changed anyway, hasn't it? Obviously, we did RET together. If you're not familiar with that, it's our like what do you even call that? Like a membership site, like
it was. Do you know what it was, mate? A vibe.
A vibe.
Just a vibe.
It was Andrew Tate's Hustlers University, but less incels.
We were like we were Andrew Tate.
Mate, yeah, Andrew Tate no one was really doing that, were they? Yeah. No
and we had better hairlines as well. So
wow, I don't know about me. But yeah, man. No, that was we were doing that, and then we basically did it for what? How long did we do it for?
We did it for like 2 years.
Didn't take a penny out of it, did we?
Yeah, and like I have zero regrets about it though, mate. Like it was a time dump, and like obviously we did that because of.
Oh, mate, it's a full-time job.
Yeah,
that we didn't get paid for.
No, but that's fine. Like, mate, it was mental. Like, and I've learned so much from that.
Yeah,
and I honestly don't think I'd be in a position I'm in right now if it wasn't for like doing that.
Yeah, 100%, man.
And I've learned now. I've learned what it feels like to like grind away at something and get nothing.
Yeah,
but that's fine because it was still sick and I learned loads from it.
But yeah, I think like we were talking about this earlier. It's like no one starts a business first time and it succeeds and it blows up. Like everyone that's got some big successful business, there has been like multiple failures, and you tend to forget those failures. But without those failures, you can't have those wins, can you?
No, mate. Everyone has like dumb ideas. Everyone does like stupid shit. And like, you know, it's not always going to work out first time. It's like when you go to a job and you realize you don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll change jobs, and you jump between jobs. It's like sometimes you have to like start multiple businesses and they fail, and then like you jump between them, and then you finally find something, you know. But you just learn stuff along the way, mate.
Do you remember when I had I started that brand called Dripped?
Mate,
yeah, that's like one of the things that you push.
Do you know why? Because I was looking around my office. I was like, I need stuff for the walls. And I was like, what could I get? And I was like, I was like, I swear Mo used to have some like drip company or something.
I had literally, people won't even know.
What was that?
It was like on demand, or not on demand. It was like wall prints, motivational wall prints. And that which went down like a fucking ton of bricks, mate. Literally went awfully.
We were in Manchester shooting for that.
Yeah, with Bella.
Do you remember with Bella? Yeah, and we did all those photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it launched. And then I think you got like a few orders, and then it kind of
yeah.
just
So
fizzled out,
the guy I did it with is an absolute legend. Like I haven't chatted to him in a while, actually, but he's a really, really, really good guy. I think he thought that he was under the impression that it would just be just like that, like because he was so invested in the idea. And then it didn't, and then it took even after the launch, it was super slow to get going, and basically just fizzled out. But that was like what a grand lost. I know it isn't loads of money, but still, it was like a grand lost.
I mean,
like,
back then it was more.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like 100%. That was probably 1/4 of everything that I owned in my bank account.
That's mental though, if you think about it. You know, like putting like 25% of like everything that you have into something.
Yeah,
and it just go poof.
But nah, I think it's definitely those failures that make you that cause something to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, even now we may be working on something.
Yeah.
Very, very like little tiny little seed
called REP, Real Evolution Programs.
No, but like just something like this, a little idea, little seed at the moment, and that may fail, but as long as you give it a go, I'd rather like be able to say like, right, I actually gave that a good shot,
100%, man,
and it didn't work.
Yeah,
but all right, well, what did I learn from that process? All right, I'll just take what I've learned, apply that next time.
Yeah, because you'll never get anywhere unless you try. Like failures are just to direct you, aren't they? And yeah, obviously we've got something on the horizon that's currently super top secret.
Legit, like I don't even want to be associated with that.
Yeah, we won't delve into it, but yeah, man. I can't remember what I was gonna say about that.
About what? About the new business?
Yeah, the thing that we got coming.
You say nothing, mate, because we're keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, but I was gonna say something surrounding it. I can't remember. It wasn't a clue.
About starting up multiple businesses and failing and
maybe, yeah.
What?
I just think you just need to do shit, don't you? I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. And it's like if someone has got like a business idea, just fucking do it. Like just don't like sit on the idea, or say for instance if someone is trying to like go for this job, or like I've even got like clients that I work with right now who are like not happy in their jobs, and it's like, well, what is stopping you from like, you know, working towards something else? Or
mate, it's just it's like if you don't like what you're doing, why do you continue to do it? It's just a sunken cost fallacy. It's a waste of fucking time, man. But I remember when you were working at Macaulay's, working at a gym.
Working in the gym, yeah.
Oh no, before that you're working at Anytime Fitness, weren't
mate,
you?
Yeah. Oh god, fucking hellhole, mate.
Wasn't the manager an absolute cunt as well?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Don't worry about it.
What was his name?
Headhunt.
What was his name?
No. He wasn't a cunt. Do you know what? He was actually a nice guy, but it just the relationship didn't end very nicely. As nice. I tried to end it nicely, but it fucking didn't. Mate.
In the podcast I did with Ali Law yesterday, he was like, "Oh yeah, I worked at this trampoline mark," and I was like.
He worked at a trampoline.
Yeah,
of course he worked at a trampoline.
I was like, and he was like, yeah. He's saying it promised his manager. I was like, yeah. What was the manager's name? And I was like, yeah, fuck.
Did he say?
It was like Ryan or something. Yeah. So this is gonna be a recurring theme. Just get everyone to.
Yeah, Noah.
Is that his name?
I'm joking.
Lawsuit inbound.
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah.
Fucking fuming.
What's it? Defamation.
Defamation.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But nah. Hated it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's the industry I wanted to work in, but absolutely hated it. But that, like, kicked me up the ass to, like, just do something about it.
So you're, obviously, for people that don't know, Tom, you do online coaching full time, don't you? And you do pretty well with it. You've only done it for, like, what, 3 years? 2 years?
2.5 years.
Yeah, but it's fucking cool because you actually quit your job. It's probably because you hate it's giving you so much stress, wasn't it? And you only had, like, 1 or 2 clients, didn't you? How do you make that transition? What did you do?
So I went from working at Anytime Fitness. I moved in with you guys. I was still working there. I was traveling from Plymouth to there, which was like a 45-mile drive there and back every day. So it's like an hour, an hour's commute, 2 hours commuting each day. And then obviously the lockdowns hit, didn't they?
Yeah,
couldn't work at the gym.
Yeah, mate.
Let's try
all those deadly viruses floating around. You don't want to be around. Don't want to be around people then, mate.
Yeah, mate. We were so lucky to have like a nice place to live in, like all the shelter from the virus. But no, so I obviously was living with you boys then. Lockdown hit. I actually started working in the gym as a PT. Started building up clients. Then it was like full lockdown. And then like that was it. Like we had to stay at home.
Oh yeah, because you're on job seekers allowance.
Mate, I was on job seekers allowance.
Benefits.
This is 2.5.
Fucking benefits. pennies, lad.
Mate, genuinely, I was on benefits, and there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Forget
and I'm like,
about that, man.
I'm like
It's
super
cool.
grateful for it.
Yeah.
You know, because like during that time, like it genuinely like supported me. You know, so I was literally living with you guys in a place that was costing us God knows
So
what.
yeah, it's me, you, and Alex, isn't it?
Council tax band X, which was like ridiculous.
We were
money
literally,
every
we
month.
moved into like this seafront apartment that was like one of the nicest properties. And it was like everyone there was like over 60, like had made it in life.
Teslas.
Yeah. And they called us the renters, didn't they? Because
The renters. Yeah.
The renters are at it again, Margaret. Because we
Drum and bass and
we would then just randomly see us like running naked down the front lawn or some
Literally,
weird
like doing like a press up challenge on the grass in the front, and they're all on their balconies like.
Oh yeah,
drinking
filming
their
for my YouTube video, or
wine.
we've got like we've got like dreadlock wigs on and are vaping like pineapple and
Yeah.
pizza flavored vapes in the balcony. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah, but like during that time though, because like I was on job seekers allowance, right? Obviously, I had a couple clients, had like a little bit of income from that. We weren't paying ourselves anything from RET because during that time as well, like I was earning nothing pretty much apart from the income support.
Yeah. I was
and
stressed
we were
for you
spending
boys.
we
yeah.
were spending thousands on that website. We spent like because obviously I dealt with all like the the development. I think it's like $5.5-6 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got our pants pulled down with that, mate.
You
Like,
think so?
Fully got our pants pulled down. Yeah.
Well, the guy that did it for us was
Yeah.
charging us a lot. Yeah.
From. Joking. He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, but I think he's like used to what I guess he's just the guy's used to working with like big corporations, isn't
Yeah.
he? And he was not the
Not
right
some
person
lads
for
that
us
are just winging
three guys. Yeah, because I think we actually the initial site was over 5K, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And bear in mind we were charging like £5 for a membership.
Yeah, it was like £6.99.
Yeah, and we weren't making money from it.
Yeah.
But everyone in there fucking loved it, mate.
Oh,
We
mate,
still
it was
meet
sick.
people today that were like, "Oh, RET, the best thing we did."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the website's still there, still live. There's people still subscribe
it?
to it.
I didn't
and
realise that.
A few
Mad.
people still subscribe to it and
Mad.
whatnot. But yeah, it's But anyway, like during that time though, what I got a taste for what it was like to have that freedom.
Yeah.
Like do what you want when you want, right? On like your own terms.
And what, not being like told off by a fucking shit
And,
ass
like,
manager.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'd gone from that
Yeah.
to like now not being told off, but like being restricted to now like, all right, well, yeah, I'm not earning a lot of money. I'm earning all money, like less than like 10 grand a year.
Yeah.
Wait, like 8 grand, I think it was.
Less than 100K a year, bro.
You
It's
know.
fucking awful.
And but I was like, I still enjoy this freedom.
Yeah.
So I was
yeah.
like, I'm just gonna stay on job seekers allowance for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could
And I'm
get
gonna have 2 kids.
get
and
fucking
child
tinnies.
support.
tinnies in.
no, I'm joking. And no offense to anyone that does out that. All right, you do you, boo.
No,
But,
you got a fucking job, bro.
Yeah,
Put your
but
shit together.
but I just thought to myself, I was like, right, that's it. Like, I'm not going back to being employed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going back to being employed. I'm gonna do literally whatever it fucking takes to like make something work. Don't know what I'm going to do. I've got a couple clients, like literally 2 clients paying me like £90 per month,
Yeah.
108 quid a month. I was like, I'm just gonna try and do everything I can with this because I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's literally just been from that time, obviously we kind of had to make the decision to stop RET because it was like, right, we're coming out of lockdowns and whatnot. Like we're all getting to like, 20, 24 years old at the time or something like that. Like we need to kind of start like going in on something, actually making money for ourselves. So obviously we like branched out from RET, all did our own thing. And that was like 2.5 years ago, man.
Yeah.
It's like flown by.
Yeah.
Absolutely flown by. And since then it's just been all in on the coaching, and that's it. That's all I've done. And now I'm not gonna like brag about it, obviously, but now I'm earning like a lot more money than what I could with my degree from uni.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're probably earning like what 2-3 times. What?
Yeah.
Well, if you graduated and went into your
You'd be
degree, you'd probably be on 3 times, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So you'd like, as like a graduate designer, you would be earning like, I don't know, like 24 grand living in London as well.
And mate, what you do now, you don't even need any qualifications for whatsoever. Obviously, it's good to have.
No.
But if you're passionate about it and you know your shit and you educate yourself, you don't need anything for that. You haven't got a degree in sports science or anything, do you?
No, I've got a degree. I've got like your standard like level 2, level 3 PT.
Yeah.
Because I was a personal trainer. Like I know how to work with people and whatnot, and I am qualified for it.
Yeah.
But no, you don't need qualifications for it. But that's what makes it hard. Because it's like people come into it and they think, oh, it's just going to be a breeze.
Yeah.
Like building like an online coaching business. And as you know, even like yourself, mate, it's not easy.
Oh yeah.
At all. It's fucking like built because it's so attractive because you don't need qualifications, which I do think there should be some kind of like qualification or regulation for it.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so hard is because everyone is trying to be an online coach. Like everyone, right? Because it's like the dream lifestyle, whatnot. Like it is a nice lifestyle, you know, and it's got a good capacity for earning. But it's just hard. It's harder than you think to build it up. You know, it really is.
Well, I remember you were on like a handful of clients for like over a year, weren't you?
Yeah. So I had I think it was for about a year, like between like 10 clients, 15 clients. So even that like was still much, much better than where I was. I was like, you know, like this is actually getting decent now, you know? But it's just been a slow push up since then.
I remember though, it was so slow for that. Like I remember you actually having three when we lived in that apartment.
For like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, dude. And and you were charging what, like 100 quid a month or something? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were like, but you would still like grind it out. That's the thing. Like, do you know what I mean? You'd still like absolutely give those clients the best service that you could possibly give them. Grind it out on the social medias, like make content and like really, really just like fucking pour yourself into that one thing. Yeah. Like regardless of the outcome. I don't know. To me, like from looking at it from the outside, it just demonstrates like the importance of patience and consistency in anything because everyone wants it, they want it now, don't they? That's the thing.
Well, mate, the thing is, right, is you look at like a lot of like social media influencers and they've got like tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of like followers. They can't sell anything. Like they cannot get anyone to invest into them at all. Yeah. Right. And they really struggle to grow their businesses. And the reason because is like they're probably just again expecting it to just blow up. Yeah. Like as you said earlier, like when you release a business, for instance, you expect it to like just pop off. Right. Where it's not. It's like you literally have to like put your all in from day one. And like, you know, those clients, those free clients, which I'm like very, very grateful for, invested into me so early on, you know, because they're investing into you as a coach. Yeah. You know, and they're handing their trust to you to like give them what they want. You know, and they're hard. Because for a lot of young lads at the time, because I was working with like a younger audience then, it's a lot of money. Like £100 per month. It's like a lot. So of course I'm going to give them absolutely everything, you know? Yeah. And I think it's just like, it is like if you want to like do well in it, or if you want to do well in any industry, even if it's not coaching, even if it's just building a business within the fitness industry, even if it's building a business outside of the fitness industry, you just got to have like a genuine fucking passion for it.
Live and breathe
and
it, mate.
if you, I feel like the best way to go into it is like, this has got like a high likelihood of actually failing and not being like overly confident. Because if you're overly confident, you should have confidence in your ability, but not confident in necessarily in the product working, but then use that as fuel to push hard. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, just give it your absolute all. And that's what I've done ever since, man. You know, and it's just, is it like a massive exponential growth? No, it's not. But like each year it's like getting better and better and better and better.
Mate, it's cool though, because it's almost like it levels the playing field a bit. Because like what have I got? Like 160k on YouTube, I think. And then like over 100k followers on Instagram. Yeah. And it's like, I have found it, like when I first started doing it and coaching, I've like coached people for probably like 5-6 years, like quietly in the background.
You were doing it way before me,
I've done it for ages, but I'm someone that likes to like dabble in many things. I've never really posted about it. If people were to message me, and then obviously because I've never posted about it and it's like kind of done on the back burner, it's like I've never been established as any kind of coach or authority figure, even though I've done it for maybe 2-3 times as long as you. Yeah. And then you've obviously gone all in with it, and then I'd say it's much. In terms of like my expectations, in terms of how easy it would be for me to gather clients, what actually happened required a lot more effort than I would initially think. Do you know what I mean? But the good thing on the flip side is if you have like a very small following, you can still go in and gain clients from creating that like educational content and establishing yourself as a coach and living and breathing it, you know?
My social's dead, mate.
Oh, mate, you get like what?
Mate, I get like, I think like for a post, I'll get like 150, 200 likes.
Yeah, social media, all of it's pretty fucked at the minute.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's very easy to like be like, oh, I can't build a business I can't be an online coach because I don't have you don't fucking need a following, man. Yeah. Like, yeah, it helps. It absolutely does help. But like, regardless, like, even if you're getting like 30 likes on a post, right? If the content that you're making if it's a picture of you, you're top off and you look good.
Yeah.
All right, what value is that delivering? Like
Yeah.
0. Whereas if 30 people see your post and they like resonate with it and they like actually gain like value from it, I don't know what the statistic is, like, but there's like a pattern that shows like if people can see like 4 or 5 pieces of content that really like strikes a chord with them and like gives them value, they're quite highly likely to actually want to invest into you.
Yeah.
So it's all about putting out content that actually like, yeah, it's not getting like to the biggest audience in the world, but that doesn't matter because it's like you're going to get more business and more people approaching you from high value content that maybe doesn't get like huge amounts of interaction. You know, this is why you get like guys that got like I've like heard about brands working with like people that got like hundreds of thousands of followers and they're like, yeah, we're going to work with this guy, going to sell loads of this product. And then
or millions is a big one.
Millions.
Because you get,
yeah. And then
100%.
nothing. Like
well,
nothing
a lot of brands will like to work with people like under 50k followers for that reason. But yeah,
but you've got like more experience with that in me, like in terms of like those bigger numbers and like,
But bro, yeah, like I was chatting to someone who we both know. I can't try and remember I can't remember his exact figures, but it was something like, I'm pretty sure they did like over $1 million from membership coaching type stuff with under 10k followers, just because of the content, the educational content that they're posting. Because it's like, obviously, I think, value is, I think the biggest thing where like people fall short, like thinking of like younger lads and stuff who want to start coaching other things, is the biggest thing where they fall short is the consistency of the valuable content. Like you're smashing it, mate. Like you really, like if I think of who coaches, just purely because of social media, like I think of you because of like the content that you produce, like you're always on it. And then I feel like people are very flaky, like producing that content, who want to coach. They're like, sometimes they'll produce like some bits of content where you can tell they're not really invested in it. They'll do it for a few weeks and then just go back to posting normal like lazy shit, like with no effort in that.
Yeah, you can tell like people like give it like a good like 2-month stint. And then they just fall off.
Well, I think it's that, isn't it? It is having a physique as well.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a physique. Well, you have to have a physique really to show that you can actually train.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's that other thing.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've noticed within like the last, because it's like there's always levels to it. So like, at first it was like, I fell fully into the trap of like, I guess like living with you in a sense, like taking your top off, getting like thousands of likes. I was like, fuck, like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And I fell into that trap. And it's like, you almost like, there's nothing, I don't think there's anything more, there's nothing worse than having to fit a specific image on like what expectation in order to have people's approval. You know what I mean? Whereas if like, and that earns you money. That's like where your income is sourced from, if you know what I mean. Like,
what do you mean?
So like, you've got to like, in order for like your socials to do well or for people to want to invest in you, got to like look good. You know what I mean? Because then you've always got to be like that. Yeah. And it's very hard to do that.
Yes.
Whereas if you can deliver like value through a different form, which still resonates with people, that's a lot more like sustainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I remember like when I first started, like obviously my business and trying to grow it, I thought, I just take my top off, I'll get clients. Like,
I remember this actually. Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It can to a degree, but like in terms of like the actual quality of the client you're going to get, it's like they're probably going to be flaky. They're probably not going to be very well invested.
This is the thing for me as well. Like I've got a I forgot what she's called. Like a growth mentor, like a business growth mentor.
That's
for Physique Incubator, my coaching platform. Sign up. No, but I do for Physique Incubator. And one of the things that she seriously fucking sign up. One of the things that she talks about, or like really like drilled into me, is that it's a difficult one for me because I am like love it or hate it. Like I am classed as I am partially like a large part of my
You're in it, mate. You're an influencer.
Influencer, yeah.
Just say it, man.
Say it, little bitch. A large part of my income comes from being an influencer. So yeah, I technically am. Yeah. But she's like what we just talked about, having a smaller following and getting loads and loads of, or making a lot of money from coaching or being like a someone that provides value to another person in terms of a product or a service. It's like the content that like she's like, you need to be producing like educational content. I'm like, but it will get like 1,000 likes, which is like for me is pretty fucking terrible given the size of my following.
Yeah.
And she's like, it does not matter. Like there is no correlation. Like changing the content that you produce, but those people that like the content, if you produce valuable content, if I make something about, I don't know, a fat loss on my page, and like the majority of people, the algorithm hates it. It gets like 500 likes. Like people fucking absolutely, like a lot of people don't like it. Those 500 people have actually liked it. It's given them loads of value and like established me as an authoritative figure on that subject. So those are it's like warming up that audience to convert into clients so you can then help out.
Yeah.
So I think it's just realizing that the value of the audience that you're creating and the monetary value that comes from that isn't represented by the likes on a screen.
No, 100%. It's like a bitter pill to swallow, isn't it? Like seeing that initial like drop off.
Oh mate, it's
but you just got to keep
savage,
doing it, mate.
bro.
But you just got to keep doing it. It's like, but like if she's telling you that and this is her job, she knows something, you know. And like I can say that firsthand. Like last time I did prep, right, dude, I was getting like for my following. I was getting like 7,000 followers or like 6,000 followers at the time. I was getting like 2,000 likes a photo.
Yeah.
It was mental.
Yeah.
Did I see any return from that? No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah,
and since then, I've been like, like I'm getting like sometimes like 40 likes, 50 likes a photo.
Head the size of a beach ball, mate. Getting 50 likes, but then you're making absolute pee.
Well, exactly. And it's just like, you know, you got to like weigh it up. It's like, it's very easy to fall in that trap, man. But you've got to actually think about like, all right, basically, mate, what I do, super fucking simple. I wake up and I say, all right, what value can I give today? Just like, what value can I give? Oh, mate, I'll just do I have like a posting schedule and stuff like that. But like, all right, what value can I give? Oh, I'll just do like a story Q&A, or I'll like, you know, just try and do something which is going to help someone.
Yeah.
You know, so just I just try and keep it super simple.
I think another one, man, like kind of changing the subject, like is just being yourself as well, keeping it real. That's a fucking big one.
Yeah.
Because like here's the thing, like people are not stupid. Like they're not going to be, if you try and pretend to be something you're not, they're going to know. So like with you, for example, you fucking love training. You love competing naturally. You don't have the best genetics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I'm like the reverse Uno, mate.
Yeah. But people, like, you're not pretending to be that thing. You are that thing. And like, I'm guessing, like, I've never discussed with you that a lot of your clients are probably natural athletes around a similar age who want to compete, who want to get shredded, and are on the same journey as you. Am I right?
100%.
And then, dude, it's like me, like, because I was struggling. I was like, oh, what niche am I? Like, what people, like, who's going to relate to me? Do you know? I don't compete anymore. Like, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I don't take steroids anymore. Don't take steroids anymore. Not joking. Not joking. I just don't like that. People who listen to this, like, I don't know what to think now.
Yeah. Just keep guessing, bro.
But yeah, I don't take steroids anymore. Just some. And I don't actually do any of that. I never have. But yeah, but anyway. Anyway, yeah. So I've like really struggled with that because I've started to do obviously I'm doing more and more. More of my content is being based around, especially on Instagram. Like it's still lifestyle, but there's a lot of coaching on there and a lot of like pushing towards that. And I was like, who the fuck's gonna be coached by me? But now I've kind of found my own space where a lot of the guys coming to me are lads that want to transform their body, like guys that have been maybe quite overweight, maybe been through shit. They're guys around kind of my kind of age, people that are entrepreneurial, that like to go out and party, that want to like live life to the fullest and actually like improve physically and mentally as well. It's not like people, like I have maybe one or two people that want to do a competition.
Yeah.
But it's specific. It's like specific to me and my true
we have different
self.
Audiences, mate.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
100%. Like they are similar to a degree, but like it's very different. And like just from you being yourself on Instagram and whatnot, your vibe attracts your tribe, and like that's gonna dictate kind of what your niche in your coaching is. I coach men aged 20 to 30 years old who own 6-figure businesses and stuff like that. It's like,
yeah,
come on. Just like give it a break. Just be your fucking self, mate. Put out good, valuable content that is around the struggles that you've had. All right, just think about, right, what have you struggled with in the past? What have you overcome? Put out content about
what
that.
do you enjoy, man? Just live your true, authentic self, I think.
Yeah,
you know?
like if you're doing something that you don't enjoy, you're not going to want to do it for years. It's like I've fully like accepted the fact that like growing this business is going to take years.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at anyone that's good, like up there in the industry, Cal, like all these other like big names, you know, they've got their own respective industry, like, you know, kind of areas of the industry, and they are killing it.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been in it for like 8 years, 9 years. You know, and it's just about playing that long game. But just as long as you enjoy it, man, like just chill. I still do, man. I still stress myself out a lot about like I should be here, I should be there. You know, I should be this far ahead and whatnot. But at the end of the day, like it is just going to take time, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's better than like crashing and burning and like accepting defeat about it, you know. So just grind it out, man. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But how's things going with the physique incubator? You just had a challenge, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Obviously, I've only been doing that since November, so it's a relatively new thing. I find like I want to give the best possible value I can with it. So that's like, if you're listening to this, it's like customized training and meal plans that are tailored to you rather than buying like a generic kind of like influencer pre-made plan or package, and then you'll get something that's tailored for you depending on the training experience, days of the week.
It's like mental, the setup you've got.
Various other things. Yeah, it's pretty good. Then it's got like support as well, like a support network, as in like you can, if you can shoot the back end of Physique Incubator a message, the guys that are running it, like I say running it, that's probably sounds quite bad. The guys that basically pretend to be me and like, be like, "Hey Mo, how you doing?"
Yeah,
no, it's not like that at all. But like for example, there is a team that I don't do the customer support or interaction, which is why I can charge like $34.99 for it. So it's like at a lower price point, so people that can have an opportunity to get a custom training meal plan from myself.
Mate, that's mental value.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going good. It's obviously, it's like setting expectations with it as well. Like I want it to get to X by X, and then it just falls short of that. And then I lose members if like after the challenge, because obviously people sign up for a challenge, they drop off, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm losing members. And I gain loads. I'm like, oh yeah, I balled again. So it's just, I think it's just like you said, playing the long game.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that it comes in waves, and all I can do is continue to try and improve the value that gives to people. I want to get on the App Store. That's the other thing I want to do.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
If you could do that. But I think like it's just all about like finding a formula for that business that you enjoy as well, and something that actually you can stay consistent with. And that in itself will make it grow, man. And just that, you know, just nailing that. So yeah.
But no, that's good. Like I just wanted to, after RET, obviously, I just wanted to get something that had like a community aspect to it, because like, I love that shit. Like I think that's really impactful.
Yeah.
Where like, especially because again, it's something like I just remember being like at home alone by myself when I was like fat and depressed and hated my life after uni, being in like the middle of some small town, middle of nowhere, with like no car, like no friends within like an hour from me, and just like, do you know, I just feel like I had no one, or like no one, and if I had like people, like a group around me, obviously I had like my best mate was there as well. I don't know what he's doing, maybe he's busy working or something. But if I had people around me, like a tribe that were like all into training and like self-improvement and lifting each other up and other things, like, it would have been so different for me. So like, I feel passionately about like creating something like that by having like these meetups, by having this like building this community, you know?
Yeah.
So
we were friends then when you was at home, fat and depressed.
it was just before we moved in, I think, wasn't it? When we moved in together, because we're all like at like a crisis point in our lives, kind of.
I remember we were like playing Fortnite. I was like, "How are you, bro?" And you're like, "Bro, fucking shit."
Oh yeah, because because I was literally like, I've spoken about this in the past, but I was literally like, I was just smoking weed, staying up till 3 a.m, binge eating
Mate,
food.
that just isn't you.
Fuck,
like
man.
you don't
like,
do that.
I don't even like weed, bro.
Mate,
like I don't actually like. Yeah, I used to have like a joint every now and then I went for a stage of smoking a lot, but I just don't think it agrees with me. Like, I was just fucked.
I hate it, dude.
Yeah, you've never liked any.
No, I hate it. That shit knocks me out.
Well, I was just thinking about the time that when me and Alex smoked an entire, like a massive joint at that festival, had magic mushrooms. And
then you had like,
this is the stupidest shit that we've ever done. Yeah, when we're at this festival and because we took magic mushrooms before we went in, like really small amount. I think we all did, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then I forgot I took the magic mushrooms. And then I took MDMA and was like, fucked, having the time of my life. And MDMA, I was like, oh, this is great. Took a pill. And then me and Alex were like, yeah, they do want to smoke a joint. We're like, yeah. Smoked a joint. This crowd literally inhaled the entire thing. No tobacco. And bear in mind, neither of us like really smoke. And then I'd rolled it as well. And I can't roll. So it was like this thick. It was like a
cigar.
I'm pretty sure it had like over like a gram and a half of weed in it. It's like ridiculous. And then things just got weird, mate. I just remember looking over to Alex, looking at him, and just a big snake tongue like flipped out of his mouth.
Hang on, this was Mass Ball, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is like 3-4 years ago.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah, oh, man, I don't know how. I literally don't know how I held that together. Like, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah, I saw you guys, and I was like, they're not having a good time.
Mate, time just didn't make sense. Like, reality just didn't like exist. Like, time was jumping.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking about this. I've talked about this in the past. Like, I would just 1 minute, I would just be
in one room, and then the next in a different.
literally like it's like imagine like constantly think about every time you blink. Now, imagine every time you blink, you're in a completely different room with different, and it's a festival as well. So like 1 minute I'll be at the front row. And then I remember the two worst ones were 1 minute I suddenly appeared, like it just felt like obviously I didn't, but it felt like I appeared, and I was in this with two random people I'd never met in like a circle having a conversation, and they're like looking at me like I'm fucking like they've just seen a ghost.
Are you okay?
Yeah, because I have no idea how I've got there or what I was saying. Like I've just appeared there, and they're like, "You're right, mate." Like, and then I'm like, "What's going on?"
I bet that was like freaking you out.
Oh,
mate.
bro, that was one of the worst ones. And then the next one that was also bad was I did like it happened again, like the time skip, and I was stood. There was like a raised platform at the front row of the festival, like 3 inches above, so you like higher than everyone else. I was stood at the front row of the crowd.
Facing the crowd.
Facing the wrong way.
Do you know, like, when you go to a festival, right, and there's that guy that's just had a bit too much, everyone's looking at him like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
That's you. That was you for that night.
The worst thing is that people are recognising me as well, mate.
Yeah, like...
It's like, that's... Yeah.
People are probably thinking, oh, I can remember when I've been in that state once, and I'm glad I'm not him tonight. And that was you, mate.
But mate, I've been in some states, but that was just different because I was literally insane. That's like what it's like to go fucking insane.
Yeah. Those days are gone now, man. Like, those days are gone.
I feel like I feel like the sessions, a couple of sessions, big sessions, like I'm always down for.
No. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm gonna send it, mate. Like, when I'm done with prep, gonna be in good shape. Like, I'm gonna go out and have fun. Right?
Like head to Ibiza. Like have a sick time. Yeah.
Just being an idiot, mate, and just doing dumb shit. Like,
where you would just
don't enjoy that, man. Like anymore. I like to go out and like have my fun, but like have like a good one. You know, and just not get too...
Not get into
don't do the gauntlet, you know?
Yeah,
the gauntlet, mate. Like Reading Festival 2019, the gauntlet, mate. Never again.
Imagine like a list of every drug you can think of. That's what Tom Stockton took at one singular time. I don't know how he's still alive, to be honest.
I'm quite proud of it, to be honest.
I think it's built different, mate.
Yeah, mate. It's just it comes part of the parcel of me, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like doing stuff like that, it's almost like a rite of passage. But like, you know, you should don't be an idiot, man. But now, like going out to Ibiza, and I think like I love just like working hard and then being able to go somewhere and be like, right, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm having my fun now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And you appreciate it so much more.
And
whereas if you're going out every single weekend, like it just becomes the norm. You don't even enjoy it.
I
You do
agree,
it because
dude.
you do it because like
yeah,
you feel like you need to.
it loses its magic, doesn't it? Like,
absolutely.
kind of makes you a bit sad, but like that feeling, like when I first like went to a festival or went to like a drum bass event, and like you don't know what to expect, and everything. It's like going to a fucking new planet. And it's like amazing. Like everything's fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? And then you start going and you're like, oh, this is great. And then you start going out like maybe like a couple weekends in a row.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, this again. Like, oh, cool sound. It loses that magic.
Hedonic treadmill, mate. As with anything. You
Yeah.
know? So that's why I kind of like the place where I'm at now, where I just like spend a good chunk of the year just working hard, and then being able to actually enjoy the fruits of that and go out and really enjoy myself.
Yeah.
You know, and like just do some good stuff. So like, yeah, like this year for me, like I want to just keep my head down, keep working, smash prep, get a fucking gold trophy, because I ain't got a gold trophy yet. So
Yeah.
I need to do that.
I'll let you touch mine if you want.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Put my little shelf up there that's
Yeah.
empty.
Or later engrave your name onto it.
Shut and then just mate, I want to have some. We've got to do some stuff at the end of this year. 100%.
Oh yeah, well we'll do Ibiza if you can fit it in.
Yeah, 100. When are you going?
I think I'm gonna go in like August.
Is that closing parties?
End of August is closing parties. Yeah.
I've never been to Ibiza, mate.
Yeah. To be fair, mate, I don't know. I was trying to.
You're a season vet now, mate. You have to show me.
I've been twice. I've only been once properly. So like first time I went was when I met some IG girls.
Oh yeah, didn't you go there and like you just like
I literally
you
literally
just like went and had dinner and like cuddled, didn't you?
What?
You just had cuddled, yeah.
Is this a joke?
Like you proper simped out.
yeah. That's what happened.
Oh
mate.
yeah, that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
No, this is I don't. This is what
I know the fucking story.
Yeah,
mate.
but we were at Creamfields, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I literally
And then
was
you
like,
booked a flight and went the next day.
dumbest shit I've ever done. Well,
It's great, mate. It's
I
great.
don't regret that actually. Nah, I'd do that
That's
again.
sick.
That's great fun. Yeah, and I made some great friends from it as
Yeah.
well. I've new friends for life. But yeah, so I literally went to IB for 24 hours. Didn't go to any clubs. Didn't do anything. Just like sat in a hotel room basically. Just got fucked up. Which was like that in itself was a regret. But then I went like last year with all the big boys like Mike Thurston and Rob and fucking Louis Armstrong and all of his mates like Joel. But just all that. Like I find that little corner of the fitness industry like those guys. They're just fucking sound. Just good guys.
That's
like,
what I'm
all of
saying,
them.
mate. Like they're doing well. They work hard and they just go out and enjoy themselves.
Yeah,
And like I think that's the way to do it, man.
yeah,
In
man.
all honesty, like cover your bases first, enjoy yourself. Like work hard. Earn your keep, and then just go out and actually fucking.
And then you have more money to enjoy it better. Like
Exactly,
you're not counting
mate.
your pennies. Like
like,
work hard, play. I do agree with that.
You say that though. I remember like 2000 and like 18, 19, when we're like, this is like the heyday, mate. This is when we peaked, and it's all been downhill since then, mate. Right, like the festival break-ins. Like I was like scraping together pennies to do all that stuff, mate.
Well, mate,
I remember like you would like, yeah, just don't give me fuel money, dude. It'll be fine. I'm like, yeah, sound, cheers, mate. And we just go out and have fun.
yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were like did you even have clients then? What were you
I was
doing?
working in a cafe, mate.
Oh yeah.
I left university, 50 odd
And
grand
I'll
of
be
debt
like,
over my head.
fuck it. Like we won't have to buy tickets because we'll break in.
Yeah.
We'll sleep in my car.
I'm like, sorry, bro, I
And
haven't
then
got
I'll
money
be
for
like,
tickets.
I'll buy the magnums afterwards. Like if we want, I'll buy the food and don't worry.
Yeah, I'll get the
petrol.
next time, bro. Yeah, like
like,
ticking magnums.
To be fair, mate, I remember that actually. I was like, fucking, like your company was worth the fucking. Do you know what I mean? I didn't mind that because it's just like
Yeah, because like you had like, I think this is like maybe around the time you were working with Gymshark and that, mate. I was there working in a cafe. I was like, this guy,
no,
mate.
I don't know.
This guy.
They might have dropped me by then. I'm not sure. Yeah,
Mate, they missed out big time with you, mate.
calling out fucking feminists, mate.
Ben Francis.
Ben, honey, those fucking Irish call out videos.
Mate, I vividly remember you doing a Gymshark promotional video with a waterproof coat.
Yeah.
And you spat on it.
Yeah, I forgot.
You spat on the coat.
Did I just spit on the coat?
I remember watching that video, mate, right? And I was like, oh, don't know what to think about that.
Oh, you know that video.
And even me, mate, I'm like, I
video-
find that shit funny.
That video where I spat on the Gymshark coat, yeah.
You did that, didn't you? You deleted
I
it.
think I did. No, I don't know if I
I
deleted it.
tried to find it everywhere, mate, because it's so funny.
I did one where I tested, like, I got my housemate John, like, threw water over him and stuff. Is it that one?
I think, I swear you spat on it as
If
well,
it was,
mate.
I do remember spitting on it. But the funny thing is that was the piece of content that they sent around to all of like the managers at Gymshark. Like, this is great. It's literally like
This is when they weren't so like PG, and then it kind of started changing.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got dropped for two things. Number one was what did I say? I'll get a few hate messages for this. I called my friend. I said he's gay, or I called him a fag or something. I think like fag's a big no-no, isn't it? But it's like what people. I wouldn't go throwing around that word like on social media. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna
like maliciously.
Oh yeah, definitely not maliciously.
Yeah.
But because I don't want people to get the wrong impression of me. Like a lot of growing up, like my mum has a lot of gay friends. Like some really good influences in my life has been like I used to play. Not the fucking name him, but my mum's gay mates used to come around. I used to play like, what I used to play with them, Crash Bandicoot, and have like a time. I used to play like favourite friend. I was like, oh, when's this guy come around? He's come around. We used to have like a sick time. Not gonna make a molestation joke, so I see you laughing that. And yeah, man.
It's so like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. But like I literally couldn't give a fuck. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like I'll call you a retard or something. And again, like to certain groups of people, that's going to be the worst thing ever.
If you're, I feel like if you genuinely like you've had a lot of experience of that, like you've got no kind of barrier there about it because like you're just so relaxed about the idea of it. Like you almost just use that language maybe a little bit too loosely sometimes.
Well, mate,
but then obviously people are going to be offended by that.
Mate, everyone's going to be offended by anything.
It doesn't matter what you do.
I'm very against not being able to say certain things. I think anyone should be able to say whatever the fuck they want. And it's like, if you want to go down the route of like, oh, you can't say this because it means this. Like every word has a more sinister meaning. You know, every word has like I can't remember what it is. It's something like, I can't remember. Everything comes from something incredibly dark and negative, and it's like the context in which you use it makes a difference, you know? Like if I call you Tom, stop being such a retard now, like, and you're just being an idiot, like you're if I go into like a disabled hospital and go,
say, stop being such a retard.
Look at all the retard, then it's a different thing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway, I'm getting fucking fired up about this. I feel strongly about it. Yeah, that was one of them because they didn't want me to swear in videos. It's understandable. The brand is changing other things, and I was like, I wasn't willing not to like just swear generally as well.
But I respect that, mate, because like again, you would have then like continued on not being you.
Hi guys, Mo Samuels here. Welcome to today's video.
Just to fit the narrative.
We're gonna bake some cupcakes.
Legit. Hey guys, these cupcakes have got great macros, 20 grams of protein.
Absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious.
Follow for more.
And then there's always those people that get like fucking cancelled to fuck as well. Like
And I bet like dude, like it was shit getting dropped by that because like that's like
I felt like it's the end of a world, but that was my dream. That was my dream.
Legit. I remember when you got that. I was like,
I'm so glad it happened. So fucking grateful.
Because like, imagine that if you'd have like, I don't want to say conformed, but if you'd like censored yourself for that, would you have had any other opportunities that have come your way?
Nah, man. Like obviously with Vanquish now, and like the boys at Vanquish are like they're so good to me, and I don't even think Gymshark paid me, but I've been with companies in the past, and like if I've been in hospital and missed my post for my leg, like I've been like getting surgery, they just haven't paid me. Like, that's just pretty normal in the industry. But then like all this time, and the last time like I was going through surgeries in hospital, I did 0 posts. Like VQ still paid me. Yeah. Even though it wasn't in my it literally says in the contract, if you don't make the post, you don't get paid. Like in contracts.
Crazy.
And I didn't do any posts. They like still paid me in full. Like they're fucking sound. Like and they're such a good brand. But yeah, that was the reason, the Gymshark thing, swearing. And the other one was I just like absolutely triggered some fucking becrazed feminists, mate. I remember because I was on Tinder at this time.
I don't remember this.
Because I put it on Snapchat. It wasn't even bad. Like, it wasn't even bad. I would go, like, I would make it a million times worse. I was on Tinder at the time, and there was, like, some girl, and she just put, it was, like, completely serious as well, and she was like, I don't actually care, but she was like, what did she say? Because I was a lot more outspoken then, and she put something, like, in her bio, like, all men should be obedient to me. Just something like this that is really like sexist, but it was like, it wasn't a joke, it was like completely serious. Yeah. And I was just like, I literally said on my story, like, imagine if I said that same thing on my social media, all women should bow down to me and be my little bitches. Like, imagine if I fucking said that, like, not ironically.
And you got banned for that. Well, you got the boot.
Oh, then I remember it was in the Grace Fit Guide UK page. Someone screenshotted it and put, oh my God, have you seen the thing Mo Sam was saying? He's a misogynist.
So
he's this. And they're all like fucking kicking off. And they never said it was anything to do with that. But it was like literally like half the girls in there were like, what, literally, I completely agree. What's wrong with that? Or support me. The other half, like the fucking green haired, like fucking 0 out of 10, like wouldn't even fucking poke you with a stick from 10 feet away, like looking like Michael fucking Monsters Inc. All those ugly bitches. We're like,
I'm always watching you, Wazowski.
How dare you? Do you know that chick, the one that looks like Jabba the Hutt?
What from like from
Instagram at the moment?
No,
you not seen it?
No. I haven't seen it.
No?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
She looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, there's like loads of memes where they're like, she's on a podcast and she's like, I'm fucking, like, she thinks, she's like, I'm a 10 out of 10, and then...
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And then it like replaces the voice of Jabba the Hutt.
That's bad. That's bad.
Pretty funny though.
That is funny though. It's funny. So technically it's Grace Fit UK's fault.
I don't think that. Well, she doesn't exist anymore. Like, as in that username doesn't exist. So
yeah.
So it's a thing of the past. Is what we're saying.
I'm joking. It's not Grace's fault.
But
question for you.
Technically, it's my fault for being such an insensitive little cunt.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the worst brand deal that you've ever done?
The worst brand deal I've ever
That
done.
you put out and you're like, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that.
Probably not a brand deal, but probably the time I almost thought it was a good idea to go to that gay guy's house and pose. Do you remember that?
Oh my God. You were like going to go ahead with it, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes. I think this is when I needed money as well. So, like, obviously, I've never done OnlyFans or anything kind of gay for pay. But this one dude, I think I remember, this one dude messaged me because when I was like, you're looking like a teenager and a lot more youthful as well. I get a lot more like gay dudes messaging me,
cute,
or like older gay guys, yeah, who obviously had some weird shit, and I just like be like, okay, it's fucking weird, ignore it. But there's one dude, and he was like, oh yeah, mate, all you have to do is like come to my house once a week.
Come on, mate, yeah, just give me a little dance.
Yeah, daddy.
Stand there looking nice.
He comes to my house once a week.
Let me just open the window, and I want to see that light shine down on his ass.
He was like, yeah, all you have to do is come to my house once a week. And then just go through your men's physique posing routine. Like, I like bodybuilding. And I'm like, bro, this sounds fucking weird, mate. And he's like, yeah, I'll pay you 400 quid a week for it.
The dream,
I'm like, nah, man. Like, I was just like, this sounds dodgy as fucking. He's like, and I think I even asked him, I was like, bro, this sounds gay. And he was like, no, it'll be like non-sexual, like nothing sexual. So I literally just had this like vision in my head of just like going to this like dude's house. It's like guy that just like bodybuilding, maybe is gay, a bit weird.
Look sick,
and he'd just be sitting there, yeah, I'll just do these poses. I think I told you about it, didn't I? I was like, mate, I think I'm going to do this. And you were like, no.
I was like, you joking, mate? You're going to go around this guy's house? You're going to travel to go around this guy's house? Yeah, definitely not, mate.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've almost done.
Brandon's got a weird story about that.
Yeah.
I know Brandon's got one about like a photographer.
Yeah.
So many weird people, man.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like in the DMs, I've had some weird stuff as well. Is it stopped?
Nah, still going.
Yeah, I've had some weird stuff, man. Like asking for like, I'm sure you've had it like the feet and the socks and the. Mate, I've had people offer me like £200 for like a pair of socks.
Yeah.
Never send them.
Really? I'd fucking send them.
Mate.
I think my feet are too fucked up for anyone to want them, mate.
No one's
got little
mate.
party sausage toes, toenails been surgically removed. Like,
mate,
people would pay me not to have that.
Nah, come on, mate. There's someone out there for you, all right?
If you're listening to this podcast, you want a couple of socks, all right? I'll give it 200 quid a pop, you know?
Fuck's sake. No, but sorry, that's not a brand deal. But like, what's the worst thing you've ever promoted?
So I've never. I can say this hand on heart. There's nothing I can think of that I promoted that's actually shit. Like, oh, bro, it used to drive me insane because like, I would turn down a lot of things because the products were just shit.
Yeah.
And then I'd see everyone else promoting it, making an absolute killing from it. Like,
charcoal toothpaste.
Like all of like, obviously I love them. Like, no disrespect. But like the Jersey boys back in the day, you know, like.
Yeah.
I remember quite clearly there was this one like fitness scale that like does your body fat and all this stuff.
The InBody. No, not InBody. That's
I can't remember the name.
It was like the one that like measure your body fat and that.
Yeah, and I was like,
super accurate.
I was like, all right, send it to me. I'm not going to agree to do anything. I'll try it out first. I got it, and it was just fucking useless.
30%.
And then they were like, yeah, like we'll pay you like 3K or whatever it was, something fucking stupid. It probably wasn't that much at the time. They were like, we'll pay you this large sum of money to promote it, but you have to mention these features of it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but it doesn't work. Like, I'm not going to sell that to people that support me, a thing that I wouldn't buy myself. And then lo and behold, like a week later, like everyone in the industry is like, check out this sick scale, guys. I use it every day to measure my body fat. I'm just there like, fuck.
Mate, the amount of investment they must have had, like that company straight off the bat.
They would have killed it, mate. They must have killed it.
I think they still sell it, mate. I think they genuinely still sell it. But like, I think like the discount code, I remember that the discount code was like 50% off.
Yeah.
Anything that has 50% off, don't fucking buy it.
Oh, what else was there? There was I can't think of actual bad, like I said, bad brand deals have done. Just dumb shit, like before I knew like what the value of social media was.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I don't mind doing this though. Like this clothing brand that this guy was starting, I literally like, I think I had like maybe 30, 40, 50K on Instagram. And I like promoted all of their stuff for like some free t-shirts.
I think I remember that.
And then I went up to London and I also did a whole day video shoot as a videographer for free, did a photo shoot as a photographer for free, edited it all up, did all of this shit for him just because I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Get some free shit.
Yeah, get a couple free t-shirts. So yeah, man.
I respect that though, mate. That's all part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of the story. It's part of the grind, mate, isn't it? You know, it's not easy being an influencer, mate.
Hard job, mate. Hard life.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
What else you want to talk about, mate?
I don't know. I was gonna say, what's the worst shit you've promoted, but
never.
You've never really been an influencer, have you?
I've had like companies send me stuff, and I've just like got it, and I'm like, nah. I've just never like wanted to promote it. I've had like supplement companies quite a few supplement companies send me stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just rubbish.
Like what?
Like it just like, do you know, like you look at like the panels on it and it's just not good.
Oh, bro, it's like crazy extreme pre-workout.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
With some caffeine in.
Yeah, literally. So like I've had companies like send me stuff like that, but it's just never ever worth promoting, mate. But if you use my code Stockton10 with Elite Supplements UK, but like that, the reason why I like working with them as well, it's like, you know, they're just sound.
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, we want to work with you. Like, just post what you want.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like organic. Whereas like when it's like post X amount per week, you know, all this kind of shit.
Story of my life, mate.
Yeah, literally.
Nah,
you know,
I'm pretty chill the brands I work with.
Yeah, but nah, I rate it though. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be like a full blown fucking influencer, mate.
Oh, mate, I don't. Yeah, it's stressful, bro. Like, I hate the fact that a large chunk of my income. It's why I started doing more coaching stuff.
Yeah.
It just like kept me up at night knowing that a large chunk of my income is determined by like the algorithm gods. And like, dude, I can't imagine anything
stressful,
worse.
mate.
Bro, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
It's the thought of as well of like if a platform fell off.
Or if you get cancelled like me and say some dumb shit like I probably will or probably already have in this podcast. You just cut out like all the like. Yeah.
Is this the first video on the new YouTube?
I don't know. It might be first or second one. It probably will be the first one. Fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's just like, yeah, especially me, that's someone that's like not super PG, you know, not super politically correct. How long are we on that one? 14 minutes. All good. Yeah. And I like to be outspoken about things. Like, I could just quite easily get like deplatformed from shit, you know.
Have you seen what's happened to Steve?
Steve will do it.
Yeah. Gone. Like, eradicated,
it's
mate.
Mental.
And Nelk did a interview with Donald Trump. Did you see that? They did a second one with him.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even say his name. They had to call Steve by a different name
Bro,
because like that
fucked.
video would get like demonetized and removed.
Well, all my problems.
That's scary, man.
All my problems on social media started when I literally just like shared some stuff about code.
We're gonna cut that bit out we just spoke about there because.
How mad is that though? Yeah, but yeah, there's certain things that we just cut out that we can't speak about because it literally like just bringing social media down.
But yeah. Anyway, Steve will do it. He's gone now, pretty much.
It's mental, man. And yeah, I go back to the original point. I just hated. It's like horrible knowing that you're not in control of your own fate. Like you, at least you have a business. Like if you work hard, you know that you'll get more clients. If you're not suddenly going to lose all your clients overnight. Maybe if you start slacking off, then you will, but then that's your fault and you can control that.
Yeah.
So it's like I really want something. Like obviously I've done it in the past. Like Motec Labs, I've tried like multiple different things, but every time I like get a little bit further with it, like we're like going back full circle to the start, you know. But I wanted someone, you know,
like something that is going to work in the background that necessarily doesn't
rely on me doing
you
social
as
media.
the face of the brand.
Absolutely, because I think that's what people do wrong, dude. Like influencers and shit, they like think that it's gonna last forever when it's not. You know, it's not gonna last forever.
No, everyone has a like heyday, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and the thing is like there's people that get in, capitalize on that, build a business that is self-sustaining. Those are the guys that win ultimately, like long term. You know, so yeah, that's the goal for me as well now, man. Is just to like not have something that's, I know it sounds dumb, but like again, this is like I'm thinking like 5 years in the future. Like having something that doesn't require me all the time.
Yeah.
I'll always be coaching,
yeah,
regardless of what position I am in life, because I just fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love working with people. I love seeing people like do well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like whatever I do next, that little seed is like, hopefully I'm going to work hard to make it a thing, is going to be that one thing that kind of, you know, requires a little bit less time, but also is self-sustaining, you know. But it's gonna be hard work, that's for sure. So it is what it is, mate.
But yeah, man, it's just a combination of failures and those things that you've done previously that get you to that place, isn't it? It's like you get like a taste for it. You get a taste for it. It's like the Motec Labs, the pre-workout brand that I used to have, like did really well, bro. Like for me anyway, that did really well.
Yeah, it was mental.
like, yeah, that had such a, because the product was sick. That's what I've realized. Like, the product was so good.
Bit too much.
Like, I get people, yeah, it was too much. It's one of the reasons why I stopped it. But I still get people messaging me today being like, bro, I've never had anything hit me like that. Like, do you have any? Like, literally, I've got one this week. Like, and we dissolved it like 2 years ago.
They're coming up to you, right? With like all their hair has been like ripped out, and they've got like sores all over them. And they're like, hey, bro, you got any more of that stuff?
Literally, mate. Now people message me being like, bro, have you got any more like inwear? Like, I'll offer you like tenfold for it. Like, do you remember when people were buying the pills and reselling on eBay for like 10 times the price because they'd sell out so quick?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. Yeah, we did like over 6 figures with that. I think it's in maybe the first year or one of the years. Or
that's
second,
mental
or
for like 1 year.
For a business that has just started, yeah. And I really got like, obviously that's like, that dissolved for its own reasons. We decided to stop doing that. But like, that's just given me a bit of a taste. But I feel like without the previous failures, like that never would have happened. And all of these things are like adding to the story that is the potential to build up for something greater. But unless you fucking try these things that are probably going to fail, then you'll never know where that point is when you do something that succeeds.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you've also got to be aware of the fact that, like, you know, the position that you're in right now, if you were to zoom back like 4 or 5 years ago, you tell yourself like, all right, you'll be earning this amount. You'll be trying to like set up these businesses. You'll be doing these certain things. You're probably like, what? They probably like believe yourself in a way, if you know what I mean.
Part of me though, as well, is very delusional. And part of me is like, yeah, by the time I'm 26, I'll be like fucking multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, you know, by like 4 Lambos and all this stuff.
But I think that's good though, man.
You need that delusion.
You need that delusion, 100%. Because if you're just like very, very modest about where you want to be, you're probably going to be maybe not even get there or very, very long to do so. Yeah. You know, whereas like, I think like you do have to have that kind of part of you that's like, no, like I'm going to be fucking rich. I'm going to be killing it. I'm going to have this place. I'm going to have this and that. Yeah. You know, and then like, but talk is cheap and you've just got to like materialize that and make that a thing. But you know, but even if it doesn't happen overnight, it's like, cool. So it's fine. I'm still going to achieve these things. I'm just going to keep fucking working.
I think, we're just overly optimistic generally people about time frames, and our priorities change as well. Like when you're actually getting to like the trenches, like I've no doubt that I could have done X in that time if that was all that I did. Yeah. But like, I'm not willing to spend 3 years of my life with no relationship, no social life, no holiday. You know what I mean? Just in order to get that end thing, it's not worth it for trade-off for me.
But this is the thing, right? Those people that are in that position that you kind of like want to be in, maybe they've gone through that process of like shutting off all this other stuff. They've got to where they want to be, and they look back and like, wasn't even fucking worth it. Yeah. Yeah. That's a big thing for me, man. You know, it's like there's more than one way to spin it. So like, and I feel like as well as that, like social media does reward and highlight those people that are going to be, you know, are in that position that maybe you want to be. So that's all you see. But what you don't see, what all the other shit you don't see is those people around you, those people that are on similar paths to you, like grinding it out and trying to get that to that position. Yeah. Whereas you just feel like everyone's killing it, but it's like they're fucking not, mate.
Oh, bro, it's something.
There's people there's people out there, man, that have like I know online coaches that have 6-figure businesses. Yeah. But they're like their company structure, their general well-being, their stress is fucked. And it's like, all right, yeah, you got a 6-figure business, but like your stress levels are through the roof. Cost? You don't enjoy any of your extra time to spend the money that you're earning. You're investing so much of that money back into other stuff to make that 6 figures that like you're not running a lean business anyway. You know, and not only that, yeah, you're not fucking enjoying yourself because you're making it so fucking stressful for yourself. Yeah, you're driven. Yeah, you want to like achieve these things, but like, I feel like there's a fucking balance, mate. You know?
Yeah, man. The balance. Yeah, it's definitely.
And well, I was speaking to my accountant, right?
Our
accountant, and he was saying, mate, like,
big up, coached accounts.
Yeah, represent. But he was pretty much saying the same thing. He's like, mate, like I know people that are earning like 6 figures on the outside, but like they're going through hell. You know, actually how they're not even enjoying the process. And it's like, whereas like the business approach that you've got, whereas like you're just growing it organically, focusing on the process, keeping it lean and whatnot. Like it's a good business model because it's paying off. Your projections are good, you know, and like things are going well, man. So, and it's sustainable because I fucking enjoy it. Yeah. You know, whereas like if I was trying to earn 6 figures and fucking hating it because I'm cutting off all this other shit in life, probably wouldn't, you know, I'd burn out and probably like give up.
Mate, that's the biggest one for me because I've taken so long to actually start to make decent money, and obviously I've read a lot of books and educated myself when I was younger. Like I've always been aware that over a certain threshold, what do they say over when you earn over
like £55,000
or about $75,000?
Yeah.
Once you earn over that, your enjoyment from life doesn't increase anymore.
Yeah.
And if anything, more money brings you more stress. Like I can
imagine that.
Yeah. As someone that's like along that journey, like I completely fucking agree and see it. And I can really see how people who go into it with the expectation of like giving up everything for their life or for that in their life, giving up everything in their life to get to that. And then they get there to like that 500K, that mil. And then they're like, this hasn't brought me anything else. Do you know, like people topping themselves and stuff, man, you know, like I see how it happens.
And like, but you see there's people that have seemingly got everything as well, like everything on lock. They're always after something more.
Yeah.
You're never ever like fully satisfied, mate. You know, so yeah.
Sign up to our 99797 course. Mo and Tom's
But yeah, that's just something I'm like very, very aware of, is like I try not to get like too deep about it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Enjoy yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking enjoy myself because I'm like, I'm still getting better. I'm still improving. I'm still like making more each year and whatnot. And like at the same time, I'm like not being too fucking hard on myself to the point where like I just break down, crash and burn.
Yeah.
And don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then shit just crumbles around me. You know, which I think is very, very easy to let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah.
And yeah, man, another thing is that obviously that's pretty common knowledge, but the number one thing that people on their deathbeds or elderly people regret is working too hard. I think there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot to be said for hard work, but like I think if you are gonna spend your life working very hard all the time, it's like make sure you somewhat enjoy it, and then also make sure you take time off.
Yeah, mate, I'm 27 now.
Yeah,
life legit it goes quick.
Yeah,
and it only gets quicker as you get older.
I think so. I think if you reflect on stuff, you know, if you let it go quick, it will go quick. But if you like really slow down and take things in, I think, and treat things like new experiences, then I think it doesn't.
Do you know what the way to seemingly like slow time down is?
Ketamine.
Apart from that,
what?
Like doing more like new things.
Yeah, I fucking agree.
Like doing new experiences.
Yeah.
Like when you go away like a 2-week holiday, sometimes like fucking hell, I can't remember the last 2 weeks, mate.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've done.
Yeah.
It's gone like that. I've gone like a long holiday.
Yeah.
It seems like forever. And it's because your brain is just taking everything in. Whereas like if you're doing your normal daily mundane stuff, boosh.
Yeah.
Like your brain has got no reason to like store that.
I suppose it's like why if you do 9 to 5 in an office like every single day for like 20 years, you get to that end of it 20 years, you're like 50,
and
you're
like, fuck.
Where has my life gone?
Yeah. And why do you think, do you know when you're younger, right? That hour drive, is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going. We've got like 4 minutes.
So that hour drive to like the fun fair or something like that, right? Takes forever.
Yeah.
Like you're like, fuck, when are we gonna get there? It's like an hour. You drive somewhere like your usual drive like an hour now, it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's because like as a kid, your brain is taking in all this new information, it's processing, it's storing it, and that's what makes time go like slower.
I remember being in choir for the church.
Oh.
And like
I didn't know you're a choir boy.
Yeah. Little choir boy. Yeah, this is right when I was meeting those gay friends.
Fuck.
Daddy, yeah, rather than father, I called him Daddy.
Father John.
Daddy John. No, this is when I was in I think it's like tied to the school, and like I was a choir boy, and I remember for this like Christmas concert, it must have been about 6.
Yeah,
I had to stand up for 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my God, like this is like some like SAS style like stress position torture. Like how can anyone stand up for that long?
20 minutes,
bro. It felt like an fucking eternity.
Yeah.
Now you know, like I'll do lots of things for 20 minutes, absolutely no problems.
Flies by. Yeah, but there's genuine like premise to that. Like if you want to like make time like more enjoyable and last long, is like just like do more new things.
Mate, I think
new experiences.
I think that's why you get so much more out of life as well, working for yourself, you know, working in your own. Do you ever you might not do it because you do a lot of check-ins. Do you ever just do work somewhere else?
I used to.
Okay.
But I've just like made this like really, well, it doesn't look too nice right now, but I've made this really nice environment that I just love working out of, you know?
Where?
So yeah, but like, I mean, going to like a cafe, for instance, is like nice.
Sometimes I switch it up and I feel like it just like, I get, you know, my brain just loves that change in environment.
Yeah. And then you're in a cafe, right? And you're just saying like, yeah, mate. So like your arm is looking really good today. Like, you know, you're definitely like improving here. And people just looking at you like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
To be fair, I have had that a few times where I've got like half naked lads on like my laptop screen and the guys next to me like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
But nah, man, I think that's one of the pros of working for yourself. Like, and you know, because I do think you get more out of life, and it is that fucking freedom as well, man, that everyone wants that you can get from that, like running your own business or being self-employed.
Yeah, mate. There's honestly so much opportunity nowadays. It's actually unreal. A mad amount of opportunity out there.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like when you find that one little thing that you just enjoy, just like fucking run with it, mate.
Yeah.
Proper just run with it. Like I think like one thing I've learned from you, mate, is don't do too many things. I didn't fall into that. I like was doing like the RET and the coaching and then the PT and the, you know, working a thing.
Yeah.
I quickly learned to like drop that off. Whereas like you are like someone that just like, I think it's just your ADHD brain, mate.
Oh, bro, it's my biggest
kryptonite.
Biggest strength and biggest weakness.
Yeah, you're very good at learning shit.
I get obsessed with things, and then I take on too many things as well. You know?
Like recently you've started like collecting like butterfly samples, haven't you? You know, putting like little pins in them and laying them out, like your insect collection. Yeah,
and I've been doing birds as well recently.
Oh,
and I've started to move on to cats, like neighborhood cats.
Any of the OGs will remember Mo's local mood.
My what?
Is that still a thing?
My what?
Mo's local mood safe refuse.
Oh, because that was good times.
I'm joking. He doesn't actually like insects or trains, but like in all honesty, like you do too much shit, mate.
Yeah,
you do too much.
Yeah, like starting a podcast was fucking stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, like getting back on this now.
Well, yeah, man. But I'm at a point where like I've dropped off a lot of things. I've realised what I've got to focus more on. I was having a conversation with, I think it might have been, Ali Law. We've done an episode of it, I don't know if it's before or after this, but about just taking on, I might have not even recorded it, I might have just chatting about it in the car, but about like taking on too many things, being like a massive downfall, because you like taste success and then you think like you got to do more, replicate things to get more success. And then also outsourcing to other people. That's what I've started doing recently, like outsourcing editing, outsourcing 100%. A lot of social media stuff, getting people to actually help me and investing, because you get a little bit of money. Like I saw a little bit of money when I first started, like first money online, and I'd be like, oh yeah, sick, I've got this money, I just got to work harder and then I'll make more of it. And it's like, no, that isn't my money. I should actually invest that into something to scale my business and make it bigger. That's
one thing I've learned majorly over the last year is like, you've got to spend money to make money. Obviously within reason. Like if you're spending your money on dumb shit, but no, like you will, like if you work really hard or whatever it is you're doing it like for yourself, and you will get to the point where like, all right, if I can offload a little bit of this workload, I can make a little bit more money, but also someone else can do this job better, more efficiently, to a higher standard than me.
Build a team, man.
Yeah, literally just start building like yourself like a little team. Like, and I'm getting to that point now where like I just love coaching. I'm not a fan of editing videos. I'm not a fan of I love recording content, but I like to have the content recorded, and then the idea of being able to just send it to someone and they do a really good job of it. I can post it and I know it's gonna be quality, and I'm gonna be proud to post that, rather than like stressing myself out and then like playing catch up with my coaching work because like I've got to record this and edit this content. It's like, I'm at that point now where because I've worked hard at my coaching, I've got the sufficient income now to be able to offload some editing to someone else, you know. So that's what I'm starting to do now, and it's just little things like that, you know. It starts to snowball, man. You know, so I think like that's one thing I've learned in the last year is like you got to spend money to earn money, whereas like last year I probably would have gone with like a bit of a scarcity mindset, like, oh my god, it's like £400-500 a month for an editor, like that's crazy. Dude, absolutely crazy. Whereas like if you actually take, all right, if I calculate X amount of hours that I spend editing per month, and I actually think about, all right, well, I could actually be doing, this, creating more content to send to someone that's going to give me X amount more posts per week. These amount of people are going to see those posts, and that's going to potentially become more clients. And then if I gain just 3 more clients, that's going to cover the cost of the editor.
Yeah.
Little things like that, mate.
Dude, I spend like at the moment, and it's not even that much in the grand scheme of things, like compared to other guys in the industry. This is big for me, like 2K a month on things outsourcing editing.
That's people's like income,
Oh, bro, that's like and
that's your outgo. That's your investment into your business.
And I'm only gonna look to increase that like as things grow, and when I find something that works or like a formula that I like that sticks, I will double down on those things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm at the stage where I'm so stupid that I've only just realized that I really have to outsource things in order to, because keep doing or scale the things that I'm good at rather than trying to do everything and spread myself too thin.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like, stick to the shit that you're good at and like really knuckle down on that, because it's like, like you get like the big like CEOs of like companies and whatnot, like they end up becoming the bottleneck of their own business. Yeah, because they're still they think that what they were doing at the start is still going to keep working, and it's just not.
Bro, but yeah, dude, it's just like knowing what to put all your time in to, because like, would you?
That's what I'm struggling with right now. Is like, all right, what do I spend most of my time doing?
But say we started, say this business that we're gonna do absolutely took off.
Yeah,
like I would probably for that drop everything. Like I wouldn't really do Instagram, wouldn't really do YouTube. I might continue doing podcasts, and then I'll probably come back to doing YouTube. Like I always do that when I can, like, because I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. That's why I've done it for so long. But like, from a business standpoint, I would put everything into that one thing.
You'd be stupid not to, mate.
Yeah. If
you've got that opportunity to do it, it's like got so much potential, and like it's like booting off. Yeah, you run with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd still do my coaching and just let you do all the work.
Yeah.
So like that's what I would do. Just outsource to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic, mate.
No, but 100%. You've got to like really weigh it up, and it's like, I think like if you've like invested a lot into something, what's it called? Sunken cost fallacy.
Sunken cost fallacy.
So if you've like, it's like if like invested a lot of time and like love into a fucking relationship, like you don't want to let that go. Whereas like if you invested a lot of time, like even for you, man, for like producing, you put in hundreds of hours
into making music.
Yeah. And like you've just got to get to that point where it's like, right, is it fucking worth my time?
Am I willing to go all in on this thing?
Yeah.
And I think like, yeah.
But I've got these tracks, or like, but like you've got to be able to just fucking say no, man.
I know. Yeah.
Like even like friendships around you, all right, is fucking, spending my time keeping this friendship going that isn't actually giving me, doing any good for me. Is this really worth it, man?
Dude, I don't get that. Yeah. Like people who are very near and dear to me will be like, oh no, I have to see this person. Oh no. And I was like,
no, you don't.
No, you don't. Fuck him. Who gives a shit?
They're busy with their own life as well.
Yeah. If it's a chore to see someone that's meant to be your friend, fuck them off.
Yeah. When people get antsy about, oh, I haven't seen you in so long, like, what's wrong?
Tough shit.
Yeah, like I'm doing what I'm doing. It's like, mate, we sometimes we won't talk for like a month.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
If we're like both just busy and whatnot, this doesn't mean you're not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
You're doing what you do.
I don't know. I think different people are different though. We're pretty independent people, aren't we? Like I might have all my mates though. Like I might not see them for like a month or so.
Yeah. I haven't seen Mo for like 6 months, and he's like, hey bro. Like just like, oh yeah, I've missed you too, mate.
I was like, oh mate, have you seen this? Yeah. Or like, yeah, but that's how it is. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
pretty cool with that.
Yeah, I don't mind not seeing you.
Yeah. Cunt.
How long have we been speaking for, mate?
Around 1 hour and 30. Should we wrap it?
Should we wrap? Yeah, let's wrap it.
This has been the most so all over the
random. Mate, it's always random though, mate.
Yeah,
I kind of like it,
dude. That's the thing I wanted to do with this is like because I was gonna change the name of this podcast. I was like, oh, I want something serious like Modern Wisdom or something that's gonna. And then I spoke to Labumba and he was like, mate, just keep it for story time with Mo. Like, that's why it's fucking great, because it's like, it's just you. Like, it's authentic. It doesn't have to be anything. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't want this to be a chore. I don't want to have expectations of this. I just want it to be something that, like, I sit down and have a fucking conversation with someone that I enjoy. Just have a laugh. That's it. Like, Joe Rogan, mate. Like, there's 3 podcasts I listen to. Joe Rogan, Modern Wisdom, and Sean Ryan, which is like an ex Delta Force guy, CEO, I don't know. But
mate, no one touches Joe Rogan's podcast.
It's just because like
Apart from story time, man.
he just sits down and has a fucking chat about anything, you know.
Yeah, well, he just says, he's like, oh, I just chat to people I want to chat to.
Yeah,
It's all good.
and that's what I kind of want to do with this a little bit, because I know we're meant to wrap this, but dude, like, I struggled with when I did this originally, like imposter syndrome. I struggled with that so bad, like,
Why?
because I like to try to be as authentic as possible, and then it's like I just feel like I don't always practice what I preach. But I don't pretend that I always practice what I preach. But I feel like if I'm talking about these things, I'll do this to improve your life or whatever, especially if I'm like going through a book or something, and then it's doing really well and hundreds of people are messaging me being like, oh my God, thank you so much and all this stuff. I feel like, yeah, but I'm a fucking phony because I don't always do those things, you know?
You're human, mate.
Yeah.
You're not some perfect android online that doesn't fuck up or doesn't do stupid dumb shit, you know?
Do you wanna hear a bad one as well that I've never spoken about?
What?
It's quite funny.
Is this a story time with Mo exclusive?
Yeah, it is. Very in the podcast, not people are going to listen to. So people actually message me about this fairly often, like, oh, I should go on this, go on this. I actually went on Modern Wisdom.
You told me.
Yeah. And the podcast was so fucking shit. Like, well, a few things went wrong with it. So it wasn't like it was completely smooth, plain sailing. Because I think Chris, I love his podcast, had a fire alarm go off a few times through the podcast. So
off the vibe.
That kind of fragmented it. But going into it, man, it was entirely my fault, and he just didn't upload it because it was so bad. I kind of take responsibility for that. That like fucking crushed me. Like, I think about that fairly often. But like, not as in like emotional, nothing against him, because I don't give a shit. Like, I would, in his shoes, I'd do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, I remember this is when I like didn't have a house. He asked me to go on this podcast. This is when I didn't have a house, so I was like, I felt like I was like the lowest like possible like piece of shit imposter phony. Then I got asked to go on this massive podcast, and I was just like, oh my God, like, so like felt like I was not meant to be there.
I bet you when you went in that room, you just didn't feel like yourself.
Well, I didn't do it in person. So I didn't have a house, didn't have anywhere to live. My girlfriend was living at this time in like the shittest like shared accommodation with like a falling down ceiling and floor and other stuff. I was like, oh my God, I need someone to do this podcast. I'd got like her like shitty falling apart like ex-office desk, dragged that into the middle of a room, used some like lampshades with like socks on to like kind of create lighting, and then was like trying to get this all done, and like the camera wasn't working and other stuff. And I was like trying to get this sorted. Had nowhere to live.
Was this like an hour before the podcast?
Mate, it was like 20 minutes before the podcast.
Fucking idiot,
had nowhere to live. I think I was like doing bad financially as well. I was like really stressed because like I had no idea what I wanted to do with social media. I just felt so lost in life. Went on this thing, absolutely tanked it, and was just like, bro, yeah, wasn't that
How come
great.
it tanked?
I think because like,
But didn't he ask you questions about the sea?
yeah, about COVID, we can just speak about it. And yeah, I think like because it was like quite a big thing, and I was like so unsure of myself at that time, and I was like really lacking confidence in serotonin. Like, I think one of the few things I've got going for me is like I can speak my mind. I don't really care if it's like fucking pretty out there.
Yeah.
And like, but because of that going on in my life, I was like reserved, and I was like,
Right.
didn't want to do that, you know? So in hindsight, like, I wasn't myself.
He probably just wanted to go on there and just like chat, like just
Yeah,
be your
dude.
authentic
Yeah,
self, you know? And
yeah.
He probably just sensed the fact that maybe you were like coming from like just nervous.
Well,
and, like,
I just didn't know what I didn't know what I was like.
was you like uncomfortable during it as well?
Kind of, yeah.
Did you get like the hot flushes and stuff like that?
Nah, it wasn't that bad. I just felt like I
disconnected.
Wasn't meant to be there.
Yeah,
I just felt like I don't deserve this, you know? Like when people are like, you know what I mean? The guys going on like Joe Rogan, and I think he's had Joe Rogan on, like Jordan Peterson and stuff on.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm on a fucking, who am I to do this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was like, bruh. But then in hindsight, like I don't hold on to it. I still think about it every now and then. It's obviously inflicted some emotional damage. I still fucking love his podcast. But I'm like,
mate, I'm sure like you'll probably go on there again.
It's a lesson to be learned, I think, you know.
Have you ever like messaged him about it or like spoken to him about it since?
Nah, but I've spoken to him a couple times, like through DMs. Can't remember what. Since it's like a year or two ago. It's probably like 2 years ago.
Messaged him like, hey, bro, about that podcast.
Yeah, I was actually going to be fair, because I was going to apologize to him because I felt like it's so bad.
I think you should.
Nah.
Sorry for being such a failure.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Sorry, I'm such a piece of shit. Sorry, I'm not good enough. Yeah, but nah. But
then a message would be like, why didn't you upload it, bro?
mate, I've been waiting 2 years now for this to go up. It's coming up, right? Yeah,
Hey, bro,
next-
if you're
next
not gonna upload it, can I upload it on my channel instead?
But nah,
Maybe
so I just-
you live and learn, man.
Yeah.
Like I think like you learned something from that.
100%, bro. 100%. And
Learn
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
so
man. And
shit doesn't always work out, mate.
sometimes you just fuck up. Sometimes you get an opportunity.
It ain't much.
You just fuck it. But yeah, that was that. But no, I don't know how I even brought that up. But yeah, like in hindsight, I think like carrying it forwards, it's like I've just got to not give a fuck about things. Like people want authenticity, you know, people want you for you, and like there's no point in pretending to be something else, and like worrying about what people are gonna think. And dude, it's like obviously a big part of like my journey or whatever, is like not giving a fuck and doing all the, like a lot of people on YouTube follow me for that stuff and like doing these things, like doing stuff that scares you. And it is like you use it or lose it. Like you got to keep doing it or you do lose it. So it's just, yeah.
Keep being a cannon, mate.
Keep being a cannon. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You wrap it there.
Wrap it there, mate.
That was long.
That was all right.
I enjoyed that, mate.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for that, mate. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Thank you very much.
So, guys, if you want to subscribe to the Tom and Mo podcast, this is my podcast now, mate. All right.
Are you claiming it?
Yeah, this is mine.
Okay.
Look, signage, everything. You can't even see this.
The
but...
Tom Stockton coaching podcast. Yeah. Tom, go on. Plug your socials, mate.
Yeah, let's definitely not do that.
Plug your socials.
Tom Stockton on Instagram, no space, 2 N's at the end. And that's it, because I'm just IG only, baby.
If you want to get in shape and to get slightly worse results than my clients, give Tom a message.
I'm your guy. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much.
I got you, bro.